Inopportune alarm shut off my video. Oh well. So what happened to facts and reality? I mean, apparently that can all just be, jettisoned off. Maybe I'll make this one of my first iMovies. Maybe I'll tie these two things together and just make it a seamless thing. I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try. So, just insanity to me. It really is insanity. I really feel like I've gone insane at times. That's why I call my therapist, I call my doctors in the middle of the night. And you might say, well, yeah, look how sick you are. You've got all those doctors and therapists. Well, everybody has a certain amount of issues to deal with, but I know I'm not seeing Dr. Ray or Dr. Adrian or Dr. Jones or my friend Johnny. I'm not seeing any of these 4 people or Dr. Bill. That's 5. I mean, I got countless people. I am accountable. I'm accountable. Get it clear. Accountable. Are you accountable? Do you share with people your faults? Do you share with them your fears? Do you share with them your frustrations? No, I'm not a sick person. I'm no psycho. Remember Richard D? I'm not a cook. Next day, effective, I will be resigning. I mean, don't tell me what you aren't. Just crazy. So before you judge people, before you tear them into pieces, before you kick them out of your church, why don't you just stop? Just stop. Stop in the name of love. Yeah, why don't you stop and just say, let's have a Carl Lentz conversation. Hillsong's got Carl Lentz. And Carl's always famous for, we're going to have a conversation. We're not going to be making these blanket statements. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to just deal with it on an individual basis. With Hillsong calling you out. Hillsong, come have a conversation with me. Talk to me. And not with a bunch of lawyers and crazy people. Just sit down. Let's just talk. I'm not wanting to come to church to cause trouble. I mean, I just want to be accepted in the beloved. I just want to be fellowshipping with the family. I just want to be there. And all these, I saw a big banner for another church. Easter changes everything, except for Bob. No, not Bob. God loves everybody, except for Bob. The blood of Christ will cleanse away all sin, except for Bob. I mean, how am I? Well, Bob, you're getting a little overreacting, aren't you, Bob? No, I'm not. I'm living in a freaking car. I can't be with my family without someone there, just in case. Oh my God. They kicked me out of my house, November the 29th, 2017. I was booted out of my house by a government agency and sent off to march alone in the dark. I have to go in every single month to the sheriff's office and face arrest if I blink the wrong way. I wear these same old raggedy clothes except for special occasions, and then I got them bagged up over here. I got my bags of special clothing here I can wear, and I'm limited. I have to build a special closet now because the Gestapo is coming, and so my family freaked out and went berserk and. Oh my God, oh look, it belongs to him, the monster. We have to get rid of it. They're going to take the children. They're taking the children. And all this hysteria, I'm just like, I'm so done with it. I'm so furious. There's all this hysteria. I understand it. I do get it. But it's just I'm so done with the maniacal jackasses. Something could happen. Oh my God. Well, something is happening. They're destroying families. They're destroying people's lives. For what reason? Because something could happen. Well, why don't you just, that's why when you start thinking like this, you start thinking about, I understand now. I understand the mass murders. I understand the suicides. I understand all because, if life is this insane, if life is this impossible, if life is this unpredictable, if life is not logical, if there's no rhyme or reason to life, if life is just, well, there's no answer. There's no peace, there's no joy, there's no love, there's no confidence, because it's never good. No, and again. It's never going to be good enough. You keep trying to add up 2 and 2, and you can never get to 4. You start singing the song, A, B. No, that's the... you want to sing Happy Birthday? No, that's not how it goes. You try to brush your hair, and no, that's not the way to do it. No. You try to take a step. No, that's not it. It just makes you insane. Just like, I'm crazy. I'm going nuts. I understand it now. I understand it. That's why we need Jesus, because Jesus brings sanity and peace. Even though I live in my car, even though I live in my car, even though I am alone, even though I'm hounded by government agency, I make my best. I do my best. I'm living my best life. I'm trusting in the real God, the real Jesus, the real Holy Spirit. Even though everyone can't, you're the maid. You're the offender. You're an offender. You're a predator. I never predated anybody. It's insane. It's just so insane. And every lie, every deception. My life is my testimony, and my children, my son is just so fantastic. My daughter, and I learned something yesterday that I hadn't really learned before, and that was, I was in the meeting, that there was a fellow there that he has several children that don't talk to him. I thought, wow, yeah, it isn't just me. I have one of my kids that doesn't talk to me, but all the other ones are, not all the other ones. A couple of them are involved in a controversy, and so, but my own children, Amy and Robert and Bethany, they're all tight, So, and the first one, I'm praying for him, praying for that young person. Not really that young anymore. All righty. Well, God bless you wherever you are. I got to go. 12137138954, 8954green@att.net. On the Twitter, Mr. Bob8954. Talk to you soon. God bless. Love you. Hey, it's March 30th, and it's early. I'm here in my little cocoon. I live here at the Casa del Green's camper, and here we are. I'm uploading videos, and it's a nice day outside. Here I am, and I just feel angry. I feel so angry, and I feel angry because I feel so blessed. How can that be? Well, it is. I'm totally furious because yesterday at the American Red Cross, I experienced everything that the church is supposed to be. Everything. I experienced everything. And I'm just like, what is wrong with the church? What is wrong with our churches? Our churches are just give you the finger and get out and don't come back no more, no more. It was a great hit for Ray Charles, but it's not a hit for the church. It's a black eye for the church. And all these pastors who sit there in their little white living rooms with their little perfect lives and their little cups of tea and their little pretty wives sitting there going, everything's just dandy and, here's my little spark for the day. That's great. But the point is that you kicked people out of church you never talked to. These people that we listen to on the media, they won't meet with people like me. They won't talk to me. They won't. There's a commercial right now, and Flo is on it. Flo from I don't know what she's advertising, but she always dresses in white. She's not a Marilyn Monroe or anything. She's just a regular person, and she's very popular. And she's in this commercial, and they say, "Look at our maid. Here's the maid. There's the maid. Can we have the maid? Hey, maid." And she keeps saying, "I'm not the maid. I'm not the maid." "Oh, well, is that your maid?" "I'm not the maid." She keeps telling them, and they keep insisting, "That's the maid. It's the maid. Where's our maid?" And it's just the funniest commercial because, Flo is the, she does those commercials. She has that one commercial where she plays her evil twin sister, so to speak, and says, "Oh, I can't talk now. I'm in a meeting. Cycling is my passion." It's just that's the basis of humor. That's why I'm always like, people think they want to know what the secret of humor is. Humor is hyperbole. You just can't make this stuff up. I mean, like the American Red Cross. They always ask us, "Back in 1928, were you up on Mount Wilson? And were you?" Like, no, I said this now for 43 years. I was never on Mount Wilson in 1937. "Well, we got to ask again. I know you wasn't born until 2000, but we want to ask again if you were on Mount..." It's like, please, these questions are so stupid. So it makes it funny, though, because they really don't ask about Mount Wilson in 1937, but they do ask about things that happened in the 80s or the 70s. And hang on for one second. I discovered that my friend on the internet, homeward bound Alexandria, is she was talking about how she used iMovie to edit. And so I tried it today. I put a little movie together. I don't think I did a very good job, but I'm going to have to make that a priority to get to the Apple Store or to do something. I want to do it on my iPhone, so I don't know if they can take over an iPhone. I've had them do the browser and all that on a MacBook, but I don't think they can take over the browser on a iPhone. That'd be really cool. They can do that, or they can show me how to do this, how to add music and add these fancy titles, and that'd be amazing. So I'm going to have to learn that. And plus, my friend Justin says I can somehow monetize the videos and make a few pennies here and there. That would be helpful. But my point is that yesterday was a real day of normalcy. And I was watching Alexandria earlier, and her hair is kind of fried. She got kind of fried hair. She's trying to dye it somehow. It's just like, no. Don't ruin your body with frying your hair. Look what happened to me. So, But people were asking her particular questions like, where are you right now? And what is your birthday? And how old are you? And all this. And she was just like, yeah, no, I'm not answering those questions. It says, because the internet is a huge, big place. It's very scary, and you got to be smart. And yeah, and I just like, wow, that was very smart. So I feel the same way. I don't give you, all my bank information. I told you I just woke up. I just like, I really want to just keep sleeping. But I wanted to get these thoughts out of my brain, and I wanted to shake my fist and say, all you leaders out there are certain saints who have been wonderful to me, absolutely wonderful to me. I can think of pastors who meet with me, talk to me, break bread with me. There are people in the church who've had me over to their house. They invite me to come to study. They let me participate, and I'm just so grateful. And the thing is the organizations that, particularly the American Red Cross has been just, wow. Just be going, yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. I'm just shaking my head because the church is supposed to be that organization, but take that. I mean, they're just mean, horrible, and I don't care about how they're so afraid. We're so afraid. Oh yeah. No, there's nothing to be afraid about. They're basically just listening to the social hysteria. Robert Longer wrote that article in 1986. Some moronic idiot quoted him as if he had empirical research, and then someone who never, ever should have been in the mix, Anthony Kennedy from the Supreme Court, he jumps in 2003, frightening and high, frightening and high. Maybe he doesn't say it like that, but he goes, yes, the statistics are frightening and high. They're frightening and they're high. Yeah, he must have been high. What was he on? I mean, and then they said that the requirement to register is no big deal. It's no punishment. It's easy. Well, even if that was true, which is not, because you have to check off 33 different things. You have to put all this information. You've got to be absolutely 100% correct. If you make any kind of a blinking mistake, if you're in violation, it's a felony. They can charge you with a felony. You're going to jail for years. Oh, it's so easy. There's no felony associated with joining Price Club or Costco. There's no felony. You apply and you get in and you don't. That's, it's pretty simple. Ex post facto, the fact that I can't go to any church, that's a huge penalty for me as a Christian. And maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're like, yeah, God, take that, God. Maybe you want to go to hell and burn in an eternal fire. You don't care. Hey. But not me. I don't want to burn in eternal fire. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. Remember Jimmy Stewart? I want to live. I want to live. And when the church acts like Satan and community groups act like love, it's just crazy. Makes me so angry. I want to stand on the podium. I want to stand up in the front of the church and just go, what's wrong with you people? Who are you moronic idiots who are kicking people out of the church? Who are telling 1 million Americans that, take that, America. I mean, you guys are nuts. And I talked to my friend from Germany, she grew up in Germany. She knew Adolf Hitler. And little Tony, she said that when she came to America, she was stunned. She was stunned by the fact that people were talking. The old saying from World War II, loose lips sink ships. We had that was our saying in America. And in Germany, and I used to think this was a joke, but now after hearing Tony talk, I thought, wow, this is reality. I'm having a moment here. I see nothing. I hear nothing. Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. He was actually the embodiment of the Germans' philosophy. And, of course, the guy from Laughing, peering through the ferns. Very interesting. There was always the spies. Lorna Zrinsky, I don't ever say her name right. I'm so sorry. But she's in New York City. She's a reporter. And she's America's Worst Mom. You can look her up. And she was telling me stories yesterday. I was just like, I was dumbfounded. This whole societal hysteria, insanity. Kids are safer today than they've ever been. She tells me that there are parents who are in the front yard with their children, and this lady was reading a book, and this other lady, she ran up to her and says, "Put that book down. Don't you know your children can be snatched any moment?" Like, what? I mean, it's not good enough. This other woman, she was up with her ill mother all night long. The mother was dying. And she finally got to sleep about 5 a.m. Well, her alarm didn't go off or whatever. Her kid jumped up and got dressed and went to school. So, the pounding on the door, And like me, what? Do you know where your child is? Well, I didn't even know what time it. In his room. No, he's at school. Do you know what could have happened to him? This whole could have happened to him. So they took the woman to jail. She's facing charges because something could have happened to him. So we're not arresting people, and we're not charging people, and we're not destroying families based on reality. We're basing it on, it could have happened. It could have. It should have. It would have. It might have. We're basing it on hysteria. What happened to law and order? What happened to reality? What happened to solid...